Hello, everyone, and welcome you all to another chapter of the Advanced CapCut tutorial. So now we are on our chapter number 2, where we'll be learning about the workspace and the interface of CapCut. Okay, so now we're gonna learn that if you don't have CapCut in your PC, how you're going to download that, and also I'll be giving you guys just a small description about the workspace and the interface. And if you do have previous knowledge about the workspace and the interface, as this is an advanced class, then you can just skip this particular class, because if no one have any previous experience, then I'm just giving them a description about how it looks. So let's not waste much time and let's get started. So over here on my screen, as you guys can see, now I'm here in my Google search engine. So if you don't have CapCut in your PC, what you guys can do is you guys can come to any search engine, okay? Like whether it be Google Chrome or whether it be Mozilla Firefox, Opera Mini, anything, okay? So just come into the search bar, and from here you guys can just search for CapCut, and if you just click on enter, you guys can see that over here on my screen, I do have a website at first, which is named as CapCut. Okay, so just make sure to click on this particular website, and as you guys can see now, you guys can also change its language as well. Okay, so now this one is basically coming in French. Okay, if you do want to change out uh, the language, you guys can basically change out the language as well. Okay, otherwise let's come here and just type CapCut download, and over here, now once you have clicked on CapCut download, here you guys can see, now once you're in this particular page, so now let's try to translate this in English. Let's right click, and from here I will just click on it to translate to English, and let's close it down right now. And over here, as you guys can see, my CapCut app has been changed. Okay, the language basically has been changed. And once you're on this particular website, you guys can see there are few different options. Like if you just come down, you guys can basically see their collaboration, their approved by. Okay, you can check out different of their templates. Okay, if you do want to read those, you guys can also read about them over here. But for me, I will just click on download, which will automatically understand that whether I am using a Apple or I am using a Mac or an Windows. Okay, so accordingly, automatically it will basically download. As you guys can see, this particular file has already been downloaded. So what I can do is I will just close this thing down, and once you're done downloading, you guys close this one down. Let's go to my download option from here, and I can just right click and basically I can just open it up. Okay, so here you guys can see it's showing me CapCut desktop installer. So I will just cancel this as I already do have it. So let's click on stop. Let's select both of this, and let's delete both of this as well. And now let me go to my CapCut application. Okay, so just leave that installing part. I have showed you how to do that, and let's double click over here, and let me show you guys how the home page of CapCut will look like. Okay, so let's wait for a while, and it totally depends on the type of PC or laptop you're using, like how fast it is and stuff. And here, if you guys take a look, let me just increase the size. And over here, you guys can see that this is basically the home page. Okay. And the first thing you can do is you guys can just click on sign in, and you guys can just sign in with your Facebook account, maybe with your Google account as well. So for me, let me just sign in with this particular option over here. Let's open CapCut, and as you guys can see, I do have just signed in with uh email address. And now let me tell you guys about this particular interface. So as we are here in the home page, and in the home page under projects, whatever projects you guys are able to see, these are the projects in which I do have worked recently. Okay, so these are the projects that I do have worked recently over here. And also here, if you do want to delete anything, okay, let's go back. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is the one in which I do have worked on. Okay, so let's just go back. Let's go to file. Let's click on new project. I will just click on OK. And as you guys can see, this is how you guys can create up a new project as well. So you can just close this down at the same time. Okay. So if you don't wanna, if you just click over here, and if you do want to delete anything, you guys can come here and just click on this three dot just in the bottom right corner of each project, and you guys can just shift it into trash. So if you just click on trash here, you guys will be able to see that what are the projects that you had put inside trash. Okay, so you guys can check all those right over here. So this particular part is done, and if you do have shared any project with anyone, so you guys can just click on share history, and you guys can check, like if you're working on a team, you guys can basically check it right over here in the share history, and it will show you guys about that. Okay, so I will come here, I will just uh, fix the size. And now let's try to create up a new project. So I do have already created a project which you had seen. There are a lot of projects, but now let's come here. Let's click on create project. And once you click on create project right over here, this is the type of interface which you guys will be able to see. Okay, so over here, this is basically the place where you will get access to all these options. Okay, like if you want to import something, you guys can see what all you have imported. Basically, you guys can call it just the project panel. Okay, and here there will be the preview window. Okay, here you guys will be able to see all the options or the settings. Like if you do want to crop and stuff, here you guys will have all of the settings right over here. And this column underneath is basically known as the timeline. Okay, so timeline is the most important part in any of video editor. Okay, so now let's try to look all of this particularly. So in this import option over here, now, if I do want to import any video, I can just click right over here. Let's go to desktop. Let's go to my resource file. And if I just select this all 5 videos, and if I just click on open, you guys can see here in my device option, if I just go to this import option, I am able to see all of these 5 files. So I can after that right click, and also I can just check, and if I do want to open file in their location, I can also open file in their location as well. So this is the import option. If you do want to sort it, like based on time in which you have imported, or based on the name, if you do want to import, you guys can do that. Otherwise, based on duration as well. So there are a lot of ways of how you guys will be able to sort it. And also all of this video, you guys will be able to see it in a grid view and a list view as well. Okay, so once you check in a list view, you guys will get a small preview over here in the line of how the video will look like. But let's go to the grid, because over here Now you guys can also get a preview. Okay, like if you just click over here once, and here on this preview panel, you guys are able to see the video which you had imported. Okay, so this is how it looks. This is how this particular video looks like. This is how this video looks, and this is the video looks quite like this. So this is the import option, and here also you guys can just get different presets. And if you want to come here, and if you want to check from the stock videos, here I do have already told you that they do have a lot of stock videos from where you guys can download as well. Like let's say if you just search anything in particular, let's go with sports, and if I just click on enter, you guys can see there are so many videos regarding sports, and you can use it in your project as well. So these are basically free. Okay, so you guys can come here and also check whether you want a landscape video or a portrait video, and also you guys can choose whether you want a photo or a video. And also over here under brand assets, you guys can check that you will have these CapCut logos, and also you can import videos inside your brand assets as well. So now let's go to this divide, and inside import you will be able to see all the images which you have imported. And also in audio you guys will be getting a lot of audios. So you guys can come here and you guys can check that whether you want love music, whether you want travel music, whether you want a vlog music. It totally depends up to you that what you're searching for and in what case you are planning to use that. Okay, so it might take some time to load, and let me tell you guys how you can rename your file as well. So just come here and make sure to click, and from here now I will just name this one as workspace and interface. And once you're done, just click outside, quite like this. And now let's come here. And if you're not able to find out the music, okay, maybe my net is a bit slow, but for you, you guys can actually get those audios accordingly. And if you do have your audios with you, you guys can come here and you guys can import those audios at the same time. Okay, there are different options of music. You guys can also search that if any artist in particularly you guys are looking for, or if any kind of music or any niche that you're particularly looking for. And also you guys can look out for different sound effects. You guys can check the copyright of the audio which you're using. Okay, and from something, let's say from some video or things, you do want to extract the audio only. So in that case, just come here, upload that set of video, and it will just extract only the audio for you to use it in some different purpose. Okay, so here if you want to use TikTok sound and stuff, you can just link your TikTok account with your CapCut. And also you guys can select brand music. So here I already do have a lot of music, and to use any of those you guys need to make sure that you download. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is how you guys will be able to download those, and you will be able to use those as well. Okay, so you can just increase or decrease the size over here accordingly. And also under text you do have this default text box. Here you do have a lot of text which have effects, different text template. If you want any of your video to have auto caption according to the audio, you guys can do that. Different kind of stickers. Okay, you guys can just search for the niche you're looking for, and also different effects for different purposes. And also here we do have different kind of transition. Okay, and if you do want captions, here you do have the auto captions, auto lyrics. Okay, if you do want to add captions manually, you guys can do that. And here are different filters available, and you can search any filter as you like. And also under adjustment, you guys can just put on an adjustment layer on top of any video, and you guys can apply those adjustment layer or also those presets using your page. Okay, so this was about this interface right over here, and I hope you guys just have got up an basic idea about how it actually works, how the interface looks like, how you're going to start working. Okay, and the very first thing which you need to understand, that if you want to work on with any video which you have imported, just go to that particular video, just check out the preview. Let's say I don't want the whole video, which is around 8 seconds over here. I want only 5 seconds, so I will just trim it down from here, and let me just trim it down till this much. And once I'm done, I can just drag this one into my timeline, and as you guys can see, that particular video is now around 7 seconds and 12 milliseconds. Okay, so I can just drag down my video quite like this as well. Here you guys can see the screen size in 2160. Okay, and under menu here you do have also new options. If you do want to create a new project, you guys can do that. If you want to import one, you guys can do that. And once you are done working with any file, you can export those as well. Under edit, here you do have different shortcuts. If you do want to undo any action, you guys can use this. If you want to copy, cut, or delete, there is this options. And under layout, you can have your layout in different options. Let's say if I just change it to media, this is how it will look. Okay, and if I just go to vertical, this is how the vertical uh layout will look like. And over here you do have the attributes. This is how the attributes basically looks like. Okay, so you guys can use it according to yourself. Okay, so whichever you like, just make sure to apply those accordingly. And once your video is over here on the timeline, on the right hand side, you guys can see all the editing options related to your video is available on the right hand side. Okay, so here you guys can see the option of video editing. If you do want to manipulate the speed, if you do want any kind of animation, or you don't want to put any adjustment, so all the editing options are summarized into 4 different bullet points over here. And under these 4 points you do have vast description. Okay, see, under animation you do have in, out, and combo. Under adjustment you do have the color adjustment or the color grading, about which we guys are going to talk in detail. And also if you do want to import it anything, just right click. Otherwise make sure that you come here, right click, and let's create a new folder, and let's rename this one as videos. So I'll just save this one as videos. Let's come here, let's drag all of this inside the file. You guys can store all your imported videos in one particular file. Let's say you're working for a company and you do have other work as well, but that is a different project, so you guys can just create different folders, make different, like, create different folders for different projects, what all videos, so you can segregate those properly and it won't look messy as well inside your workspace. Okay, so that is quite important. But yeah, I hope you guys do have understood about the interface and the workspace in which we guys are going to work. And if you don't want to save this particular file, just make sure to click on Control S. Okay, and it will basically be saved in your recent work option. Okay, and if you do want to export it, you guys can export it as a video as well. Okay, so I hope to see you all in the next chapter where we're gonna learn more about advanced CapCut features. So see you all in the next chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye everyone.